DX12 here with another review, this time of the Hot Toys DX Dark Knight Rises Batman. Overall, super excited to get this guy out of the box. This figure was given to me review by Toy Anxiety, an amazing toy store. Really just, they have fantastic stuff. If you're ever in Arizona, definitely go check out their toy store. If not, go check out their online site, toyanxiety.com. The link will be in the description for all your 6-scale needs. So, let's get this guy out of the package and see how cool he is. So here's Batman outside a package, but before we go into the figure, let's go over his accessories. Batman comes with 5 hands total, 2 right hands, 3 left hands, and overall they're very nice. He comes with 2 fists, 2 open hands for either holding guns, holding accessories, or for holding the handlebars on the Batpod, as well as 1 right hand that's just an open hand. Looks very cool. Just going into the detail of these hands, the glove is just very nice. Each of these hands has tremendous detail in it, which looks fantastic. You just gotta see it for yourself. It looks incredible. The only problem that I have, that's really not a problem with these hands, is that his hands don't go into his hands. They don't go into his arms very well. It's just because of his plating on his arms and everything that there's just, and because they're gloves, they're not just like normal hands. So it doesn't go in far enough to really connect well. So although his hands stay in fine, when you mess around with them or you're trying to get him to get on the Batpod, the hands do pop off a lot. But overall, it works fine, you know. It's a little hassle, but it's not going to be a problem. You're not going to have Batman on your shelf, even in the most crazy pose. His hands aren't going to be falling out. It's just when you're messing with him a lot. So there you go. So overall, some really nice hands. He comes with 1 more hand that I forgot to mention. It is for the right hand and the right arm, and overall it's really nice. It is for holding the batarangs and stuff, which is really cool. Of course, shares the same fantastic detail as the rest of them and looks extremely nice. Batman comes with 2 belts. One of them is posable and has a bunch of different pouches on it. 2 guns can connect to that belt, and I have it on the Batman right now, so when I go over the Batman figure, I'll show you that one. But he also comes with this belt, which is a very just elegant, very simple one, really not posable. There's no pouches on it, and you can't connect any guns to it. It just snaps right off, and then you can just put it on him and then snap it back together. Overall, it's very nice, and it's nice that they gave you 2 belts to choose from. Batman also comes with 2 batarangs and 2 miniature mines. Overall, very cool. As far as the batarangs, they're sculpted in the traditional bat signal kind of emblem. At the back here, it's kind of flat, and then at the front, it has a little bit more depth to it. It looks very cool. Really like it. Gives it off a nice shine. As for these mines, they're very cool. They're just little black balls with silver pieces sticking out of it. Very neat. Uses this multiple times in the movie, as in The Dark Knight Rises, as well as John Blake does use one of these too at one point. So overall, very cool little accessories that he can hold really nicely. Batman, of course, comes with his traditional grappling gun. Really neat. Really like that. The gold looks fantastic. It's really well done. The black highlights are nice. The grip has a lot of cool, very nice detail on it, which is really nice. He holds it extremely well, and it fits great. And what you can do is this little piece can pull back, just like he's loading it, which is pretty neat. It's neat. They totally didn't need to do that, but they did it, and it looks very cool. So overall, looks great. I think that he looks fantastic holding it, and overall, very nice. Batman does come with the sticky bomb gun. The most memorable use of this was when he was standing on the rooftop of the Dark Knight, and he shoots little bombs that have little sticky stuff on the sides of the building, flies into the building, does what he does best, and then it blows up, and he gets taken off by a plane. But overall, very cool. Really love how it is transformable, just like it is in the movie, which is just great. So my transforming part of this review, what you do is you lift this down here, and this is the handle and the trigger, of course. You extend it like this, and then this little piece flips out. There you have that transformed. On the other side here, just this extends. It's like this. This pulls out. You pull this piece back there, and then this just rotates down, and right here is the connecting piece, and right here is the hole that it goes over here. Right here is the hole that it goes into, and they just connect like that. Overall, very cool. I think it's awesome that it is transformable. They could have easily just sculpted something like this, but they didn't. They had it all transformed just like it did in the movie, and it's just extremely cool. Really like it. Batman also comes with his electric gun from the movie, which is very cool. Kind of like the repulsor gun, kind of shuts off all the power around it, which is really neat. He does also come with this clip that goes with the gun. It just clips right onto here, and then you can just slide it on the Batpod. I will show you how that works in the Batpod review. As for the gun's very nice, very movie accurate. And overall, very nice. It's got a lot of good detail on it. Looks very cool, and as you can see in the end, looks nice. And the light gimmick, you know, you just switch it from the bottom there, and it does turn on. Let me turn off some lights so you can see it better. Here it is with a couple lights off. As you can see, it looks very nice. Really love, because it's really just that light, but it just really just gives an awesome effect of all the other little bumps on there. Looks really neat, and overall, really well done. He comes with an incredible base, very cool. The bottom layer of it is just a really nice black, just elegant base. He has a silver plating on it that says Batman MMS DX, which is very nice. And then he's got the stone-like bricks going up, kind of like at the end battle fight, which is really great. You've got some nice snow highlighting there in detail. A fantastic cracked Batman symbol right on it. Looks absolutely amazing. Some bullet holes and some chipping on the stone just to make it look worn and really cool. And then of course you do go up, and it does have an adjustable cradle on top. Plus this is a light up base. The bottom here just has right here, you just unscrew it, put in 3 AAA batteries, and then you can just switch the switch on the back to light up the bottom of it. Looks fantastic. Let me show you how Batman looks on it. There are no lights on except for the lights on this base, and as you can still see this figure, which is just really, truly incredible how much light this produces. Really fantastic. Just so you can see what it looked like without the lights on. There you go. It's extremely dark, so as you can see, the lights are extremely cool and a great addition to this cool base. He comes with 3 different mouthpieces that can be put into the Batman face sculpt. As you can see, one here kind of just frowning and kind of, you know, his kind of face, you know, it's kind of hard to explain these. And you've got the more just normal look, kind of smiling a bit, and then an open mouth. You can see the teeth. Detail in all of these is great, and it's very simple to switch them out. So you don't have to worry about a pain of switching it out. It's very simple to do so, and overall, very nice. Here is the Batman face, which is just really nice, the head sculpt. Overall, it's pretty cool. As far as his eyes, I think that this eye is just a little bit droopy. I don't know why. It doesn't look quite right. It looks very good, but just not quite right. And, you know, I thought maybe it was just mine, or maybe it's just me, maybe I'm just looking at it wrong. But then I watched another review of this, where the guy also mentioned it and said that he had heard problems about it. So the eyes are just a little bit off. Just one of them is, just a little bit, in my opinion. But you know, that could just be me, but you know, it's not a huge deal. That's what I'm trying to say. But overall, the face sculpt is really nice, looks fantastic, and the mouthpiece is really cool. He does come with this little tool, which is just really nice, and it's just used for operating and doing stuff with the head. If you want to switch out the mouthpiece, that's what you use this end for. That down here at the bottom, just right there in that hole, you just go and you just push it, and his mouthpiece just falls right out, and you can replace it with whatever you want. But for the time being, let's just leave that in, because it just pegs right back in, which is really nice, very easy. And then over there, here, let's see if you can see it. There's a little joystick, just a ball joint down there, and there's this little half circle that's hollowed out. So all you do is you just go and you just get it on it. There you go. It's so hard to do this on camera though. There you go. And then you can just move it around to move his eyes, as you can see, because he is a DX figure. Overall, just a really neat that you can do that. A pretty interesting way that they did it, because you know, you didn't really want a big crease down the Batman helm sculpt, so that you have to take off the back of the head. So it's a really neat way that they did it. And the way that this goes on to the actual Batman figure itself is pretty cool. This is all magnetic, and it just flies right on there and really just works really well, which is just really neat. I'll show you how that works a little bit more when I go over the Batman figure, but overall, very nice and really cool. On to Batman himself. Overall, this is an incredible sculpt. First of all, I went over the head, so I'm not going to go over that again. Just wanted to show you this mouthpiece. I did just trade that in. So just, I'll show you all three mouthpieces just throughout the review. Whenever I, show one of his faces, I'll put in a different mouth sculpt. So you'll be able to see all three by the end of this review. Overall, the plating and everything is spectacular. It really has a nice glossy black in the plating, and then between the plating is a nice kind of like bodysuit black, which is really cool, with all these little holes in it to kind of let them breathe so it's not so hot in the suit. Really extremely movie accurate. I love it. Articulation with this figure is very well too. I mean, it's really not that hindered at all with this bodysuit on, but overall just extremely nice. As you can see, the arms, I love the gauntlets with the little spikes on the end. It looks fantastic, and just throughout it, here's the extra belt. Looks really cool, and it's got those pouches, which is nice. And overall, just the detail goes through it tremendously. I really like how the joint of the feet are outside of the clothing. Sometimes these are connected as one boot, but this is different, so you can do a lot of different poses with his feet now. They're not so hindered, which is great. Really love that. And overall, a tremendous sculpt. Just really looks fantastic, and you can do a lot with it. With his cape, which is really nice, they just plug right into here. It may be a bit hard, just try to see how to do it, just so I can get you a little bit of view of how it's like in there, just so you can kind of see how you're supposed to snap it in there. But overall, the cape is really nice. It's very big. If you just put him against the wall and stretch out his cape, it's massive. It's just like in the movie. They didn't cut any corners with that, which is great. As far as the cape, there is a small wire that goes about right to there, so you can do some poses as far as there, just so you can get it in the right stance. But then you can also, so then at the bottom it can lay naturally and it can look more real, and which is just really cool. I really love that. Overall, the cape and the figure itself is fantastic. No complaints other than the arm piece and the wrist, just because it takes up too much room. So the hands, they can't swivel and everything, and they're fine, but they do pop out more than they really should. But it's a minor complaint and a small sacrifice to make for such an amazing sculpt, and overall really cool. Love how his head is magnetically attached to his neck, so that as far as articulation, I mean, you can do as much articulation as you want. If you want his head to go anywhere, you can just move it there, and it's there. It's all good. So overall articulation on this guy, overall the sculpt, is great. Articulation is very good. I'll go over that. It's very hard to tell the articulation, though, being that he's a completely clothed figure, but of course head is complete ball joint wherever you want. The neck does swivel in there too as well, and then he's got ball hinge shoulders with a bicep swivel, hinge swivel elbows, if I'm not mistaken. Oops, see, there you go. You cannot move this hand without the wrist falling off, but it is simple enough to get it back on. It's annoying because you have to keep putting it back on. But overall, it's ball hinge wrist, but because they're gloved, they're really just swivel wrist. He does have some sort of a waist articulation. I think it might be a ball joint upper torso. It's very hard to tell under this padding and stuff. His legs seem to be ball hinge. His knees are hinge swivel, or sorry, there's no swivel in the knees. There's a swivel at the thigh, though, I can tell. And then it's just ball hinge thighs, or ball hinge, ankles that do pivot as well. So overall, superb articulation, especially in the neck joint. The neck joint is very special and is a pretty unique joint that you don't see all the time, which is great. So here's Batman with the Bruce Wayne, Christian Bale head sculpt. So obviously very cool. I keep wanting to say Bruce Banner, sorry, it's so hard to remember the two. But anyway, the head sculpt is fantastic. To get it out, all you have to do is pop out the neck that has the Batman, and then there is a neck piece of the suit that just you slide it onto the Christian Bale neck, and then you just pop it right into place. Overall, looks really cool. And let's just go over the detail on this face. Face sculpt is incredible. Really resembles Christian Bale. I really think so. Just looks fantastic. There is no DX in the Christian Bale head sculpt, unfortunately. You know, they might have been able to do it with the hair, but, you know, just to have the back pull off. But overall, it's very nice. It does look pretty good, and overall, it's a really nice head sculpt. In some lights, the hair can give off a green tone to it, but overall, it's not really a big problem whatsoever. But the face sculpt is just really nice of Christian Bale, and you can totally display him like this if you wanted to, because he looks great. So here's Batman riding the Batpod. As you can see, he looks super cool riding the Batpod, no question of that. The only thing is, it is a bit hard to get him to ride it, for multiple reasons. I've spent about 45 minutes trying to get him to get on it really nicely and everything, and overall, this is the best I could do. And this is without the panel on. I just decided to take this off just so I could show you for your review. You're gonna have to spend a lot of time, you know, messing around with it, but you can get him to get on it, and he'll look really cool once he's on it, that's for sure. For multiple reasons. One of the reasons is the panels right here. They do pop off pretty easily. I mean, I don't know why, but they're not in that great on this joint. The other arm that's connecting over here, I've shown you earlier, that holds on great, but it's just the other part that doesn't connect great. I mean, you know, once you get it all set, it stays in perfectly, but while you're fiddling with it, it does pop out a lot. Second, the wrist of Batman. The Batman's wrist, because of the arm paneling, the hand doesn't go into the wrist very well, so the hand keeps popping off just pretty much a lot, which is a shame. The cape, it gets in the way a little bit, but really nothing. That's not a complaint, because that's pretty easy. But then when you get to the legs, here you go. So the legs, they're very hard to get in the right position just because they're very long from here. You can't really just have them just like there because they're so long, and just because of the Batman suit, it makes it very hard to get his knee to actually go into the knee pad and to have the foot hitting the pedal at the same time. And you're trying to do this on both sides at the same time while having his hands still connected, or vice versa. It's just you have to do so many things at the same time. That's what really makes it hard. So it's extremely hard to get him to get on it, but once you have him on, he's got a really cool, really just awesome look that will really just make your collection look very nice. So here's Batman compared with Scarecrow. Overall, I think that the height is perfect. Scarecrow's slightly shorter than Batman, which is really how it should be, and I think they look great together. I think that this Batman's going to look fantastic with Bane and Catwoman, and I cannot wait to get the DX Joker that comes out in January, and I'm sure that he'll look fantastic with this Batman too. Overall, I think that he looks great with Scarecrow, and he's going to look great with the future villains that are coming out. And if you have Joker, the older Joker, and Two-Face, it's going to look great with them too. He looks fantastic with the rest of the movie line. Overall, this Batman figure is spectacular. He comes with loads of accessories for alternate display purposes. Really looks fantastic. He comes with two different head sculpts, which is great. One being DX, which is just fantastic. And one of the best bases I've seen. Really fantastic. I think the base is incredible by itself. If you're not planning on getting this Batman because they have an older Batman, I highly recommend just buying the base. Toy Anxiety, they might have it out, all parted out, so you might be able to buy the base for them, but I think that the base is just fantastic alone, but the figure is just overall incredible, highly recommended by me, and just overall an amazing sculpt. So like I said, Toy Anxiety gave me this guy to review. They're a fantastic toy store, highly recommend them for all your 6-scale needs. They part out figures as well as sell whole figures, and they're just fantastic. The link will be in the description, toyanxiety.com. If you're ever in Arizona, definitely check out their store for all toy needs. So overall, a fantastic looking Batman figure, and I highly recommend it. Transforce96 here. Just want to say thank you for watching my Batman review, and definitely go check out toyanxiety.com. They're a fantastic toy store for all your 1 in 6 scale needs. They also part out figures and just have a wide variety of awesome characters. They sell high quality at low prices. Check out toyanxiety.com today.